Hey everybody, it's Jennifer Angel. I'm back. I've got bronchitis, so hence why I didn't get to do this week, but I do want to just cover the eclipse, and so we're going to cover the eclipse, which is this week on Wednesday the 31st, and also into next week. So it's a total lunar eclipse, so I just cancelled an arrangement to go out. Not that I'm well enough to go out anyway, but I really don't like to be going out on a lunar eclipse. I mean, people do get a little bit sort of crazy, and it's intense. It's very intense energy. It's a full moon. It's a supercharged, intense full moon energy. And for it to be a lunar eclipse, the full moon, it means that the sun and the moon are opposite. So this moon is in Leo and the lunar eclipse is in Leo at 11 degrees. And the sun is opposite in Aquarius at 11 degrees. So if you know your chart, if you have book a reading with me and, request to have your chart, I can always send that to you. Or if you've had a reading, I can send your horoscope wheel, which gives you all your, where your planets are and the degrees. But really, there's lots of apps online or lots of sites online where you can just calculate that and download it for free. Okay. So it is, I don't have an automatic system to do that, so I had to do it manually. So it's, when there's so much of that stuff free online, it's really not worth me charging, for it. But yeah, you can go and do that. It's always great to have that on hand, because if you have any planets at 11 degrees or you're rising, then it's going to really affect, or, even 5 degrees sort of either side of it. It's going to really affect your chart and your life. Okay, so the lunar eclipse is it's also a super moon, so there's a stronger gravitational pull with the super moon. It's a blue moon as well, so I think we've got two full moons in this month. Yes, so that's what makes it the blue moon. So it's really a very special but a very intense, and the full moon, and especially a total lunar eclipse, can really bring about events that are quite out of the blue that you may not be expecting, firstly, and can, change the direction or change your attitude or thinking in some way. The full moon energy brings things to a head. Okay, so it can sort of give you closure on things too. And what generally happens on a lunar eclipse, if something does shut down, it's sort of like shut down, because the eclipse sort of wants to push you forward, and so it's just very difficult to go back in that sense. And usually it's a blessing. We can't always see that at the time, until we look back, but it is. And so I'm going to cover, what area of your chart that it's in the individual reports. And coming into, the end of this week, also at the same time, Mercury is going to move into Aquarius. So, we've got that sort of added, let's say, energy there, communication energy. But, really, if you've got a real sensitive topic that you need to talk about with someone, I'd really try to leave it for, a day or two after the eclipse, a week if you can. But, sometimes that's what the eclipse does. It sort of pushes things forward, it brings things up. And even if you feel a little bit uncomfortable or awkward or out of your comfort zone, then, sometimes that's a good thing. So, and then going into next week, middle of next week, the week February 5th, Venus is going to sextile Uranus. I love this because it's like energy that can really push things forward as well. So Venus is about love and money, and it's in the sign of Aquarius, and um, it brings in like quick thinking, thinking about different things, creative thinking, and also aiming to have win-win outcomes. And Uranus is, as I say, pushes things forward, because under the Uranus vibration, it can be quite sudden. It come out of the left field, blindside you, or whatever that term is. You've been watching me for a while, I get the terms all mixed up. And then later on in the week, the Sun will square Jupiter. So, I mean, as a square, it's a soft square because it's between the Sun and Jupiter, but you do want to sort of be careful of having high expectations. And there's nothing wrong with having high expectations, but you do want to be careful of seeing something or someone more than or better than, or being able to provide more than they actually can, okay? And then right at the end of next weekend, we've got Venus will move into Pisces. A beautiful Venus in Pisces, because it's very romantic there. So it's lovely, and we can all do with a little bit more romance in our life, can't we? Okay. All right. So love and luck to you. I'll go ahead and do the individual reports. Thanks so much. Bye.